Quite a bit of activity out there this morning. Most of it is around behind the cans and the feeders. About over with, really. I worked until about 2:45 this morning, so I didn't make the daylight run. That's Buddy laying down out there. It's Forrest walking around with this big giant rack. And a few turkeys running around. TC over there watching Benelli. Gobbler running around out there and some hens. There's actually quite a few turkeys out there, but things are, see that turkey right there, things are calming down out there. A lot of deer have walked off. I've been watching them. Most of them have been back in behind things. And I haven't showered yet, so I'm not going to walk out there naked. Y'all are saying thank you, thank you, thank you. The deer are probably saying that as well. Good little bunch of turkeys and bucks and does running around out there. Nothing spectacular. Forrest is looking around and said, "Jimmy, are you out of carrots?" I'm pretty close to being out, Mr. Forrest. But I do have a few. Look at that. Look how gracefully that big deer lays down. Golly, isn't he something? Isn't he something? Sure want to find your antlers this year, big boy. At least maybe that headband will keep them together. We'll see. It's a good-looking little morning out there. Going to not be 100 degrees today for the first time in many days. Not many moons, but many days. Actually, a couple of moons seems like. Very few days, the last month or so, under 100. There have been a few, but very few. But we are turning the page today, although, say turning the page, we're going to have quite a few more days in the high 80s, and probably some in the low 90s. But September 15, that's the day I'm looking forward to turn on the fall fishing. We got lots of trips planned. Did quite a few television shows this fall. Going to be a great fall. Looking forward to it. I didn't even notice this. I didn't even look out in the yard. It's right here before dark. We had this beautiful 2-inch rain this evening, 2.1 inch actually, and I didn't notice. I got ready to walk back in the house. I did a little close for waterless garden, humus soil spreading that we did, and I look out there, and there's 4 or 5 big beautiful bucks out there in the yard, and that's a wild buck right there, and you can see he's starting to wander off a little bit. That is not Fat Boy, but it is a wild buck, and me talking out here has made him a little bit nervous. He started to wander off a little bit. Look at that big limb that blew down during that little storm. Look at that big limb right there. Big old limb that broke off a tree. It wouldn't have fallen off today. It must have fallen off the last day or two because it's already dead. We had some hard winds in here day before yesterday. I think I already saw that limb down. Now that I think about it. And you look down there and you see a couple more beautiful deer. And that's TC down there. And I guess that's little Buddy right there with him. And you see little Buddy's gaining some weight. They're both getting their dark coat on. You see how they got their summertime coat underneath and their brown dark coat up above. And little Buddy is looking a little bit better. You take a look at him right there, and that's him. You see that broken over, that bent over tine there on his right side, the side that's furthest away from us as he's looking at it. But that's him. So he's gaining a little weight, looking a little bit better. Maybe some of the doctoring we've been doing is helping a little bit. And yes, sir, that's what I'm talking about. What a deer that deer is right there. What a deer that deer is right there. Mr. Forrest. Oh my gosh, he's just such a beauty. How is that for a picture? A picture right there with those lily pads in the background. And that big horns, oh God, look at that. You can just stop, make a 8x10 out of that, and it would be beautiful with him right there. Kind of preening himself a little bit. Deer do a lot of licking. They do a lot of licking on each other. Hey, Forrest. Hey, Forrest. Oh, I shake my head and shake the flies off. working on that grass. But what a beautiful picture. He never ever even looked up at me. Never even looked up at me. And as I look around over there where that one deer walked off to, I see another deer there. I think that is the buck. Yeah, that's the buck that was walking off. So was that another buck? Oh yeah, that's another buck. So really we have 5 bucks down there. That buck over there fighting, look at him fighting those trees. You know what that means, don't you? That means they're starting to rub that velvet off. They are beginning to rub the velvet off here, basically the 1st of September. A day or two till the end of the month, but this is about it. Well, today and tomorrow, I guess, is it. So they're doing basically the 1st of September. They're rubbing those antlers off, the velvet off. So we'll be having some hard heads show up pretty soon. Somebody's got to pee on camera, obviously. But what a deal. And I come out and shot a little video talking about the spreading, and I got ready to go walk back in the house, and I look back, and there is 4 beautiful bucks out there. One buck came in, one came in, one left. So 5 gorgeous bucks, and what an evening. And you back off and look at that evening. Look at that cloud. The sun is setting. The sun is setting, so you just got a little bit of sun coming off that. That's not the sunset there. That's clouds. The sun is shining on it from the west. But you look at just a dead, calm, perfectly beautiful, gorgeous lake. Reflections. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The lights have already come on the boat dock. At least the blue lights have. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them's come on, about half of them. The white lights have not come on yet, not quite dark enough. Then you get over to the west, where it's still cloudy over there, but red fire in the sky back. Look at there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We come around and get the sun is right there, just all but down, back in that little hole at the bottom of those trees right there, about all the red you can see. You look at all of this and you wonder why people believe there is no God. Certainly never convinced me of that. This is absolutely crazy. I don't know how long they're going to stay, but we have 7 bucks out here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little buddy is over here. 7. Now, they're not all going to stay because obviously some of them are wild. I do have about 1.5 pounds of carrots here. You can see that TC's gone over toward the feeder. Those 2 out there, way out there, are really nice, big, beautiful wild bucks. That's Mr. Forrest you see between here and there. One of those could be Fat Boy. I kind of doubt it because they both ran off as soon as I came out on the porch. They're not super wild, but look at that big boy right there. Now, he's not as large as Forrest. Yeah, I'd go ahead and pee right on the camera. But you can see right there, but there's 7 bucks out there. One beautiful doe that TC is showing some affection to over there. Look at him licking her, cleaning her up there. They're just a big family is what they are. But I'm gonna kind of see if I can ease out there and see what happens. Now you see that buck there coming back. That's a big, beautiful 8-point. Mr. Forrest, he says, I'll just come to you, Jimmy. If you're not coming to me, I'll just come to you, baby. There he is, Mr. Forrest. Look at him walking right over here. Walking right over here. Of course, he's eating on this porch a lot. Doesn't come up on anymore, which is probably good. But look at that rack coming at you right there. I just like to be in the woods, hunters, and see that. And there's even more stuff coming out all the time. He hasn't scraped any of it off, it doesn't look like, but it's not too far away, and he's going to be able to probably get it all off, and maybe just one day probably get rid of all of it. I'll back off of him a little bit. Tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just, I'm going to set this up on the tripod. Set it up on the tripod and see if I can feed him some carrots. Okay, I've got him right here. We'll see. I don't know how close he's going to come up. He's going to come right on up here. Yes, sir. I'll have one of those carrots, Mr. Jimmy. I've got the camera set all the way up on the, not too level as I move it around. Try to keep it as level as possible. That's Buddy in the back, and there's five more bucks out there. Look at this big boy come up here. Now here's Buddy wanting to come up here too. I'll go ahead and feed Buddy back there. Look at this. He's almost on the porch, and he would probably come up on the deck. I could probably talk him up here on the deck without too much problem at all. Buddy's right back there behind him. Throwing a few carrots out to Buddy as well. Now you can see Buddy come into the picture there. Yeah. His little curled over tine. Well, you're a carrot cruncher, aren't you? That's a beautiful deer. 4, 5, 6, 7 on that side. 7 by 5. Little Buddy keeps getting closer and closer all the time. This is just a big, giant, beautiful deer right here. He's just about in my lap. Just about in my lap. And look off out there. You see those? That's a wild deer right out there behind us. I don't know if you can see those deer coming out there. But there's 5 wild deer out there. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bucks. 5 bucks out there. That's kind of nice. Forrest said that's kind of nice, but keep feeding me carrots. Now, he's not going to hang around here. He's not going to hang around here if I don't continue to feed him. You see, he started to back away. And another one of the bucks have come out there and got around relatively close. I'll throw something out that way and see if he'll pay attention to it. Keep trying to throw out there to hit the tree. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bucks. 7 bucks. 7 bucks. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, absolutely incredible. You keep saying, don't be giving them to everybody else. Don't be giving those to everybody else. Little Buddy, he needs some carrots for sure. He's back behind right now. See those other bucks standing out there? Just a beautiful, beautiful picture. I don't know if you can see them back in there behind me or not. We're zoomed in on this guy right here. I don't know when he would quit. I guess he would get full and quit. I don't know. We finally have a lot of the seed coming up. We got those seeds down a little far. He sees the bag getting empty, and he's wanting to walk away because the bag's getting a little bit empty. He sees that we're about out, and he's wanting to walk away. He's pretty smart. In addition to being the biggest boy on the block, he's pretty smart. This is the last one, Buddy. Okay. How about that, boys and girls? Isn't that something? Isn't that something right there? That's really something out there. As we look out behind, we see that there's 5 more bucks in the dough out there. 7 bucks. 7 bucks here this morning. That's about as many as I've seen. I don't know how long. We're having a few wild bucks come in and realize it's pretty good idea to hang around Jimmy's. I know the camera's a little bit unlevel. Sorry about that.